tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't. Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running, cataracts under my eyes from hustling, going from buying to selling to customers, run up the business, God is my witness, sun up the sun up from Monday to Sunday, we maxing our limits, my mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie, moving a mission, they say that I'm tripping, I've been told I need a vacation, I'm finessing a visit, first class, my feet up high in the air on business, yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Roomies? What's happening? Welcome to it. Welcome to TSR Live. I'm one of your hosts, Tone Capone. What's happening? I'm gonna give myself a woo woo.
Okay, right there with you.
They love me this week.
Come on.
And some of those woo woos right here is coming from our next host. Man, she is fluffy and fine. She's got a Gracie, and she's probably gonna make you laugh at something crazy. Her name's Kiki.
Hey, friends. What's up, Roomies? You already know the play, honey. We here to unpack it all this week, and we want you to join the show. Give us your opinions. Share it in the group chat. Join the party. Come on.
That's right. Now, this other guy, man, one of the funniest guys I know, and a part of HBCU Zach. You'll find out what that means if you just keep watching.
First of all, you said HBCU. It's HBCU.
I thought I said HBCU.
No.
I'm getting started.
Here we go.
Your tongue was a little off. Pause.
Yeah. That's nasty. Don't worry about my tongue, brother.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's different. Go ahead. Say hi to the people, please. So
what's up, people? How y'all doing, man? I'm ready to have a good show. It's so much to talk about. So much has went on this week. Let's get straight into it.
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and get to it. Cornelius Smith, one of the men accused of killing rapper Young Dolph, admitted in court this week that the brother of Yo Gotti, Big Jook, allegedly had a $100,000 hit out to kill Dolph. And he also claims he only received $800 of that promise before his January 2022 arrest. Now, the other man accused of killing Young Dolph, Justin Johnson, he was found guilty of all charges and sentenced to life in prison today. Now, Big Jook was fatally shot in Memphis earlier this year. Whew.
That's a lot to unpack, but the fact that we know that Dolph is gone, you know what I'm saying? That just hurts every time. And to know the people who did it, whether they got 100,000 or 800, it still hurts the same to me, you know. And that's just a terrible thing, man.
But how stupid can you be? Yeah. Honestly, you killed a man over thinking you would get $100,000. Then you were dumb enough to try to split the $100,000. So I just hope every person, every child, every young person can watch this case and learn something from it. We all wake up and make a choice. Okay, every time you wake up, you make a choice. I know people come from different backgrounds and different circumstances. We all got excuses and reasons why we should do stupid stuff. However, you make a choice. And now looking at him sitting in the courtroom with a life sentence over the choice he woke up and made to take Young Dolph, please be wise, because this is stupid.
You took away a guy that was giving back to the community so much. A guy that was paying people's rent, putting people on, putting people in position in your city. You might have been better off, trying to be a mentee of Dolph, you know what I'm saying, and learn from him. But instead, you decided to kill him. And now you spending the rest of your life in jail.
For $800.
That's crazy.
$800.
Insane.
Wow. All right, this next story was insane. When we all saw it pop up on the Shade Room, we were like, wait a minute. New York Mayor Eric Adams is making history in a bad way. He has become the city's first mayor to face federal charges.
Wow.
The mayor held a press conference saying he's going to fight the five counts of robbery, and fraud charges. That's crazy work, bro.
It's a lot of counts, dog.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of counts. They said he was taking that illegal money.
Going to Turkey, they say.
Yeah.
That he was in Turkey making deals. And I don't know about y'all, but I just feel like this whole week has just been like a week to show us why greed is just not. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you connected
people doing a lot of desperate stuff for money. You the mayor, you got all these opportunities. Allegedly, you did this stuff, but you got all this stuff where you can make a great life and career for yourself. But you're in Turkey making deals on, come on, man. And then you just sloppy with it. Like, it's a lot of bad criminals out there.
The fact that he went to Turkey and didn't get a hairline.
It's
crazy because that's what people go to Turkey for. Men usually go to Turkey and they get them Akon hairlines.
Is that what you got yours?
Come on, now, this real. This is authentic, baby. This don't rub off nothing.
Why you ain't take Tone? Y'all, you ain't tell Tone about the plug.
Yeah, that's what they doing, Matt Tone. If you want to go,
I thought about it.
Really?
You did?
I did that because it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap. Now, I think LeBron went, maybe not. But I'm just saying, LeBron hairline's been doing some crazy stuff.
Don't bring LeBron into this. We talking about your hairline.
I did.
Do not try to bring LeBron in this.
Jamie
Okay?
Foxx?
No, we talking about you. Are you going to get a hairline?
No, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I've watched Michael Irvin get away with him and Deion Sanders are getting away with it.
Yes.
Like clean.
Yeah.
They did it and everybody forgot that that's not real up there.
Yeah. They got it back. You can come back. Doing it at first, we're gonna have jokes.
Right.
Okay.
They'll wear off.
If they'll eventually wear off, and then people are gonna be like, Tone got hair now.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Can you endure the first 6 months of jokes?
I'm too fragile for that.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hey man, let's go ahead and do this, Roomies. Let's kick off the show. We got Comedy Queen, man, in the house, man, and go over some trending topics and some debates. Welcome, Luenell. What's up?
Oh man, we love Luenell.
Yes.
What's up, Luenell? What's happening?
Hi, can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you look good.
What's happening?
And your voice sounds sexy and seductive.
Because it is.
Period.
Hey, Luenell, we're gonna throw up a
I
picture.
love
I
Luenell.
want to see if you remember me from BET Award.
Oh, Lord.
We're gonna throw a picture.
Oh,
What's up?
yes, sir.
Now you about to suck on my tongue, baby.
Yes,
Whoa.
sir.
And
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I love it.
do it though.
No,
because
you
I
did.
had-
You did.
Had I done it, you'd be sitting here with me right now. And
Oh, my-
Period.
Come on,
Come
talk
on
that
now.
talk, Luenell. Come
Yes, Queen Luenell. Now y'all look a little closer and freaky in this picture. Y'all wasn't at a Diddy party now, was y'all, Luenell?
on. Oh, Kiki.
I just want to know. Because Tone claimed he never been to one. Luenell, was he at one in this picture?
No.
I don't know. I don't even remember where we were right there.
That's BET Awards like 2017, I think.
Really? It was before
Yeah.
Corona because my hair was short. I only grew this out during the Corona, so that was clearly years ago, baby.
Yes, he old news now.
Mhm.
He is old news. Now,
Yeah.
you know, speaking of news, and this is new news, everybody has been talking about Diddy, Luenell, and all the parties and the baby oil and all of that. What are your thoughts on all that has come out?
Well, be more specific.
Okay. Let's start. First of all, have you heard anything? Have you ever attended a Diddy party? Let's start there.
Yes.
Okay. There we are. Good. Okay. Have you ever seen anything unusual, greasy, oily?
Actually, no. When the Diddy party I went to was in Los Angeles. I was not invited by Diddy. I tagged along with somebody who was invited. And it was just it was a white party. It was at outdoors at a big, beautiful mansion. And it was just, for me, it was just a great party, a great experience. There were white top celebrities there, black top celebrities there, dancing and, dancers and people on swings and in the pool and stuff like that. Food, drinks were flowing. For me, it was just a great party. I didn't know anything about anything, didn't see anything, left early.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
Absolutely. Luenell, let me ask you a question really quick. Do you think it's fair though? I mean, for everybody to be like, if you ever been to a Diddy party, then you automatically are kind of lumped into this type of situation. When Diddy parties were at one point, they were the it parties, like you were saying. They were the top celebrities. The top of the top celebrities were going to these parties. This was nothing where everybody would look. People were actually looking forward to the invite. The invite was almost like a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory invite.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think it's fair that people try to lump all these celebrities into this situation?
Well, first of all, you have to be somebody to be invited or to be sort of invited. Like I went with Faith Evans, and it was just, I don't think I would have got invited myself at that time. This was years ago. I wasn't Luenell like I am now. So I think that it was just, badge of honor at that time. When you at the party, you going to the party gonna be lit. As I'm keeping it very cutesy, very demure, very modest. I'm only answering what you're asking me specifically. Like when you go to court, people say yes, and then they blah, 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 blah. You should just answer the question asked. So
why you acting like that, Luenell?
Because I don't want no smoke. That's
okay. All right.
Now, Luenell, you did get some backlash because a while ago you drew horns on the Diddy photo, and people were like, "Why are you doing that? Why you?" Now seeing where he is now, how do you feel? Do you feel vindicated in that?
I do, because I know what I know from who I know it from, and I did what I did because that's the way I felt. I was at a popular radio station. If they didn't want me to do it, they wouldn't have gave me the pin, and they could have wiped it off the minute I left, and they did not. So I think that the people that were around me sort of agreed that, he was having a devilish connotation getting ready to be linked to him, and he did. I don't regret it. Hell, there's graffiti all over New York City. Somebody gonna be mad at me about 2 little horns and a mustache?
Have you talked to Cat Williams since all this stuff has happened, Luenell? Has he just been like, I told y'all?
You got to tell him no.
Come on. Oh, okay.
Man. I would love to hear what he got to say.
Right.
I have not spoken to him.
Okay.
But y'all been FaceTiming, texting.
Maybe.
This is so... Luenell is trying not to be in it.
You are not understand.
And this is so crazy because comics tend to, y'all kind of go at what's happening. Have you and other your comic friends, have you guys thought about like, okay, next time we go on stage, are we going to talk about it? How are we going to talk about it? Is it a conversation amongst the comics?
Well, I don't. I do talk about it on stage at my show.
Okay.
I don't know what the other comics are doing because I'm busy doing me.
There you go.
I also am mindful that people are recording everything you say in the audience. So, I live my life very, very chill. I don't need any, I've had backlash before. I don't want it. But if you were going to ask me, which you did not, whether, because I read the pre-questions, I think someone was going to ask me if I think that, what I think about all the freak party activity. And that I think that it was okay if it was, what you call it, if you're grown and you're willing to do this. Well, see, Diddy's not the first person to have freak parties. I came up through the 70s. There was freaking all over the place. They had houses where you could go to freak. However, the houses that they had before, when I was coming up, there were no drugs allowed. This is the difference. If you go to a party, you decide to screw everybody in the party, that's your business. But if you go to a party and get drugged and they screw you, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so y'all was having good, sober nastiness.
Yes.
Yeah, just good, sober nastiness. Yeah. We all consent in here, okay? Yes, sir.
The bouncing is
crazy. Okay.
Oh, wow. Hey, Luenell, before we let you go, let the roomies know where they can catch you.
You mean I put on these lashes for these 4 little questions? That's it?
No, well, come on. What you
want to talk about? Let's talk.
We can look.
No, I don't want to eat up all your time. You got other stuff to cover. No problem. But don't bother me like this no more.
No, we love you, Luenell.
Yeah,
Luenell, we want you.
Next time I come on here.
Okay.
No, we was trying, but you was one acting all like you ain't want to say nothing.
I don't want to talk. So we
that.
Okay.
Now let me ask you this, Luenell. Let me ask you this.
This is a good distraction to distract everybody from the politics that we're in the middle of too,
Yes.
Come on now.
Let's talk about it.
But I do want to ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I want to ask you this, Luenell. It's a debate going on social media right now about should women cheat back if they've been cheated on. What do you think about that?
Well, I have always been a serial cheater.
There it is.
Okay.
Damn.
Always, until I got married, because I'm just so protective of my heart. I feel like if I cheat and a guy cheats on me, I'm not as hurt, because I'll be like, so what, fool? I've been screwing him anyway. So what? You know, if you haven't put a ring on it, if we're not committed, if we're not solid, then I'm probably gonna tip out and do something. I'm gonna do what I want to anyway.
Come on now. You
So,
technically
I think
you married.
I think a good old grudge fuck ain't never hurt nobody.
This is terrible information.
No,
That's
this
not
is
right.
great. This is great info.
You asked me.
Yes.
This is terrible.
I love the answer. Thank you.
I hate it.
It's cool when they do it.
We're much slicker anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys get very careless in your cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And women are slicker. We can cheat and get the kids fed and in the bed and be back in the bed before you know it. We don't always have to cheat at night. We can cheat in the morning. We can cheat in the middle of the day.
Women think that it's not that y'all slicker, Luenell.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's
no, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's the fact,
Yes,
Luenell, with all due respect, it's because y'all control sex. So y'all can be like, hey, I'm ready this time. Dude can come through, boom, bam, spank you, man. Men have to court whoever they cheating with. Okay, so we end up sloppy in our courting. And you know what I'm saying? Because we actually trying to do it. The fact that y'all control sex and a woman can just walk out and be like, hey, you want to have sex right now? Dude would be like, yeah, I'm ready. And he's ready at the drop of a dime. So it's much easier for y'all to cheat because y'all actually control it.
And there's another part of it. Here it is, Luenell, is that the fact that dudes don't want other dudes smoke. They're not, they don't want, they're like, okay, I'm having sex with his girl. I know if he finds out, it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to stay back. I'm not trying to interrupt. But the other woman is trying to take the place of the woman that you with. She knows you got some.
Now I watch Cheaters every night as I go to sleep. It's one of my favorite shows on television. I watch Cheaters to go to sleep. Basically, you shouldn't cheat, period. Basically, if you're tired of somebody, you should step.
That's a bet. That's a bet.
Really. Nobody should cheat. And I shouldn't have done a lot of the things that I have done.
It's the fingers for me.
But I just feel like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I know that if a man cheats on a woman, it's very heartbreaking. If we cheat on y'all, you're devastated. It's catastrophic, because you feel like sticking your penis in a woman is no big deal, but you feel like another man sticking his penis in your woman is a huge deal.
Right. So y'all need to feel it to understand how big of a deal it is to us.
That's
okay.
Nasty.
It ain't
nobody wants to cheat. If you're doing everything right at home, there's no need for cheating, period. Cheating, I think, comes from a lack of communication. You can, if your woman is saying, I really like this, I really wish you wouldn't do that, and you don't listen, we're only going to say it so many times, and then there's going to be somebody out there who's going to listen to us. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Words, Luenell. So you're going to tell everybody where we can catch you at, Luenell? Everybody, let the roomies know how they can get to you.
Well, okay. If you want to see me live and in person, one place you can always catch me is here in beautiful Las Vegas at the Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club every Sunday and Monday night at 9:30, where I've had a residency for many years. I'm the only Black female with a comedy residency, a long-standing comedy residency in Las Vegas. So you might see some other chicks, but you can see me anytime. You don't have to wait till I come to Des Moines, Iowa, or Natchez, Mississippi. You can come to Vegas at any week of the year and see me at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. And I'm also on tour. You can go to heyluenell.com and find out if I'm coming to a city near you. I'm coming to Austin. I'm coming to Chicago. I'm going to Detroit. And all those dates are on my HeyLuenell.com website.
All right. Well, that's dope. Can't wait to see you.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we love you, Luenell. You can come by the show anytime you want.
Absolutely.
I'll just do that. And I'm going to keep my tongue in my mouth this time, Tom.
Hey. We'll talk to you soon. See you.
Bye, Queen.
All right now.
Absolutely.
I love her. Now, according to Psychology Today, okay, 40% of people believe that their partner isn't being totally truthful. While most people would agree that the honesty and trust are key factors in a healthy relationship, many people find ways to justify keeping a few secrets from their partner. So let me ask y'all, the cheaters in the room, should couples keep secrets to protect their partners?
The violence on today's show is crazy.
Y'all just explained the whole cheating thing.
That was for people.
Okay. Well, excuse me. All right. Well, men of God, should couples keep secrets to protect their partners?
Keep a secret from me. I tell you, lie to me good. Keep a secret. I don't want to know, because if I find out, it's gonna kind of taint the relationship.
Oh, you like being Delulu?
I do.
You like living in Delulu? It's a fun place.
It's a fun place.
It is.
It's like, okay, do you want to know that your girl is an ex-stripper, like they used to strip it somewhere? But you know her as Keisha, and she goes to work every day. She chill, but then when she was in her 20s, she was a big time stripper. I would rather keep that from me.
Okay. All right.
I'm the opposite. I want to know.
Right.
I want to know. I want to go through the pain, cry a little bit, and then get over it. I never want to be the guy that's out and don't know and everybody laughing at me.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. Like, I want to know. I want to be able to attack it, from knowing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no secrets. I don't want people to know something that I don't know. You know,
I like that.
I would rather know. And then I can either deal with it or I can't. But let me know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think certain things, little white lies, little things that'll protect your relationship, protect the peace. Like, if your mama don't like me, you don't need to tell me everything your mama said, because now we beefing. If your friends talking about me, like, you may not need to tell me that. If somebody hit on you at work, don't tell, because now I'm pulling up to your job. You know what I'm saying? So certain stuff, just for everybody's safety, don't tell me. But the big stuff, I absolutely want to know. You should not be keeping secrets, because keeping secrets can get real weird.
Hey, I like to be delusional, but let's go ahead. Let's bring in a roomie for this one, man. Come on in.
I love when we bring in the roomies.
Yes.
Hey, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Blink twice if you okay. We're sitting back like
I'm okay. Hey, y'all. I'm from Los Angeles. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear you in Los Angeles. What's your name?
Bree.
Hey, Bree, what's happening? Welcome to TSR Live.
Now, Bree, what you think about this? How do you feel about keeping secrets in a relationship?
I'm the same way with the both of you two. I want to know, because I don't want to be out here being laughed at, but then I also don't want to know the dumb stuff. Like, you don't have to tell me everything, but the big things, for sure. Like, I need to know. And I'm not big on cheating. I'm big on leaving. So once I find out, I'm out. I don't like wasting my time. No. That's what high school in your 20s was for.
Okay. All right.
We too old. We
got What's the last secret you found out that made you leave?
The dude I was dating was still married.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that one. That'll make you leave. Okay, let's ask.
I understand that. Yeah.
Let's ask her this though, Zach.
Okay, go ahead.
Zach, Kiki. All right, what was a secret that you kept from somebody?
Ooh.
I don't keep secrets.
That's right.
I don't keep secrets because I don't be in the mix like that to have to keep secrets. I try to avoid the drama. But no, honestly, like my first time telling on myself was way back when, and a boy kissed me. Let's make that
you
clear.
fell into his mouth? Pause. Well, that's not pause, but still.
I went in for a hug, a friendly hug, and he kissed me, and I was just like, oh. So I told my boyfriend about it, and it was the worst decision ever.
Yeah, you should have lied.
Why are you in that position? Why are you in that position to be hugged like that with your mouth up?
Well, it was my birthday, and my boyfriend, he left me for his homies to go to the club.
That's a very valid reason. That's a very valid
Exactly. Somebody else wanted to take me to the movies, and I'm like, why
You
not?
went on a whole date. She talking
As she should. You don't leave nobody on their birthday. That's insane.
It was just the movies.
I did keep. I don't keep no secrets, but I did end up at the movies with another dude.
I did. And when he asked me about it, I was like, you know what? This is what happened. But I mean, why would you leave me on my birthday? Like, how you gonna go to dinner with me and then not continue the rest of the night? So,
yeah, he should have took you to the club with him. To be honest,
you know, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was justified, and in my mind, I had good intentions. I was keeping it friendly, keeping it cordial, keeping it cute, very cutesy. And he kissed me.
It went left. It went left.
It went left, and I didn't keep that secret. And because he had a feeling somehow, he was like, "You sure there's nothing you want to tell me?" And I was just like, "I can't lie."
Well, there it is.
I can't lie.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by and telling your dirty laundry, letting everybody know you went on a whole date there, lady. Thanks for checking in, okay?
Thank y'all for having me.
All right,
thanks, Roomie. Shout out to all the Roomies checking in too. The comments have been crazy. They loved her little dirty laundry.
They did. They did.
Ray J watching too. Shout out to Ray J.
What up, Ray J? What's happening?
We got to get Ray J on here.
Okay.
Hey, come on now.
Ray J, come on and join the show tonight.
Yeah,
Ray J, you want to come live?
Come on, man. Jump on the live.
Jump on. We got to hear what Ray J got to say.
Absolutely. Christian Morshare, a licensed marriage and family therapist out of New York, says when couples stay together for the kids, it's often motivated by the belief that splitting up will be more damaging than staying together. Another common reason is finances. Now, the debate on this one, everybody, is can you justify staying in an unfulfilling partnership for the sake of the children? Kiki, what you think?
Absolutely not. You're not doing your kids any favor by staying in a bad relationship. You're not. One of the best things my mother ever did for me was leave my daddy. Okay, I was 5 years old. She asked me on my way to school, do you want him here when you get back? I said no. When I got back, that man was gone. I love my daddy. Okay, love my daddy down, but he was a horrible husband. Okay, so women and men, you are not doing your children any justice by staying in a bad relationship, especially if it is abusive. And I'm talking about emotional, physical, verbal, any type of abuse that is being on display in front of your children. You're not doing them anything good by staying in that relationship. Remove them from that environment, and so that they can have two happy and whole parents. I absolutely do not ever plan on staying with somebody for the kids, because really people throw that excuse out there. I'm staying for the kids. You staying because you want to be there, sis. Them kids don't want to be there. They don't want to be around either one of y'all because it's toxic. So I always say leave.
I ain't gonna lie to you. My parents stayed together for me. I know they ain't like each other.
See?
I know they didn't. 30 years.
Yeah.
I hate.
Yeah.
Strong.
Whole house stress.
Strong. Strong. Guess what they didn't do? Argue in front of me.
Oh, they didn't?
They never argued in front of me. A little bit. It would get there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's see, good. I got old parents. They was born in the late 40s. You know what I'm saying? When you're born in the late 40s, that's what you did. You stayed with your partner. Now y'all leave over everything. I'll let a remote. Yeah, I'm leaving. The toilet seat up. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you are being abused physically, you definitely should leave.
Yes.
Okay. If you are being like any type of abuse, you should leave. Now, but I do want to let y'all know, ladies, everything that just because you don't like something or something's not going your way or you having a good day, that's not abuse. Okay. All right.
No, I think we're clear on what abuse is.
Yeah.
Sometimes women be exaggerating. Exaggerate. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, y'all do. Y'all exaggerate.
It'd
be like,
leave.
oh, you know,
you about to get abused.
I'm about to get
every time I get off work, it's so hard. I gotta do this. Come on, man. That man went to work too. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, hands on you, things like that, definitely get out of that. Don't stay one day for that. But some stuff comes with marriage. Marriage is sometimes hard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There is ups and downs. And you have to be able to gauge what you can take and what you can't. But sometimes y'all run to the next relationship and then deal with another set of problems. Okay. If you think it's just this blissful thing where there won't be any issues and every time there's an argument or a disagreement, you leaving or you ready to leave, that's a problem too.
That's a totally different thing though, because leaving because you just don't know how to deal with conflict is one thing, but staying somewhere for your kids Should your kids be the only reason you're staying in an unhealthy or unhappy relationship?
But look, my answer to this is real simple. I can see it because I've felt it sometime. I felt it. I've talked to people that having somebody else raise your kids is nasty feeling. It's a nasty feeling. And a lot of people that stay for the kids, they see other examples of that nasty feeling. They see, they go through their boys and see, oh man, she got a dude around my son and got a dude around my daughter or nothing. It's that thing. You want your kids to be hands-on with you. And just so leaving, and when people stay for the kids, I get it. Is it the most healthy thing to do? No, I don't think so. But I do believe in some cases, in Zach's case, it probably was beneficial for him because having both parents in the household, because you get to see, especially for guys, you know what I mean? Because usually the kids go with the mom. So if it's a daughter, you know, but a guy, so technically you're gonna have another man in the house with your son, and that dude is not made from him. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same. You want the same energy around. You want your son to see how you move, how you handle problems, how you talk, how you treat people. And so I understand it. But like I said, do I think it's the healthiest thing to do? No, but I do understand it.
Yeah, no, I think you guys made good points. I just know that sometimes for children, you feel whatever your parents going through. You can feel when your parents are not happy, you know? And I feel like it weighs on a child much more than parents sometimes realize. Kids can sense things that you don't even realize a kid will pick up on. And when you say you're staying for the kids, I think sometimes you would be better off leaving.
Sometimes you got to feel that when you're in those situations, I feel like the child's going to feel pain regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel it if you stay. And then when that parent is gone, absent, they're gonna feel that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of you kind of in a lose-lose situation if you're trying to protect your child's feelings, in my opinion.
Wow, I got heavy.
Boy, that was good, y'all. That was like Dr. Phil, boy. Did you hear my voice? I said, yeah, because when you do it like that.
You felt like you ate that, didn't you?
I ate that, boy. Okay. Yes,
well, look, let's check in with somebody who always eats people up online. Okay, checking in is our Read the Room host, AB Burns Tucker, to join us for this next important topic. What's up, AB?
AB so smart.
Hello. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you good. What's up, AB? I see the glasses, Queen. We hear you.
I'm gonna be cute tonight. I'm trying to be like y'all one time for the one time.
Come on now. Well, we got to get into some deep topics. When we got you, we know we're going to get some good wisdom. So let's get into it. The Missouri Department of Corrections executed Marcellus Williams this week, despite the victim's family call to spare his life. And today in Oklahoma, Emmanuel Littlejohn was executed for his role in the 1992 shooting that left the victim unalive. Now, this is the state's third execution this year. So I want to ask you all, is it time for the U.S. to abolish the death penalty? I'll start with you, AB.
Absolutely. So let me be clear that you guys know I went to law school. I'm a lawyer. And my specialty is actually post-conviction law. And with that, one thing I know is that the courts are about finality, right? And the most final punishment we can have for an individual is death. However, the United States of America has gotten it wrong plenty of times. And once we sentence someone to death and we act on that, there is no turning that around, right? So we have had so many cases in the US where we have executed a defendant and then found out later or did research or, went through the process later to find out, oh, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have put them to death. Maybe they weren't the person who committed this crime. And after that, it is what it is, right? That family has to suffer through the fact that their loved one was put to death. And then also the victim's family doesn't get justice because whoever actually committed that crime did not experience the same fate, right? That person more than likely is living. And so with that being said, because of the number of times we've gotten it wrong, and I always go back to George Stinney, who was 14 years old when I believe the state of South Carolina executed him for allegedly unaliving 2 young white girls, just to, however many years later, be like, you know what? Actually, he wasn't the person who did that. And we executed a child. But we cannot reverse that. And so for that reason, if we're going to say that unaliving someone, right, is wrong, then it should also be wrong when the government does it.
Facts.
Now I don't want to be the one to say it, AB, but you know, in certain cases, like mass murderers, like when we see people mass murder, when we see people that have gone into just took advantage of civilians, went in a grocery store and shot civilians, a church, killed people at church. Those type of situations, I think those are the times when you look at the death penalty, in my opinion.
And you can look at the death penalty, but then what kind of justice are you serving the victim in that instance, right? And then in addition to that, my issue is the number of times we've gotten it wrong and then post that individual being put to death, finding out that they didn't do that. Now, I'm one person who I believe you did the crime, you do the time. And I'll be honest that there are very few cases where I feel like someone should spend life in prison, for example, right? If you commit a mass murder, then yes, you should spend the rest of your life in prison because you were intentional about that. But does it bring that family justice and does it bring that family closure when you unalive someone who unalived your loved one, right? And a lot of times what we see is that victims of crimes like this and the victim's family, they don't feel any better once that other person is put to death.
I don't think it's about all the way justice for the family, right? I think it's a piece of that. But I think that punishment deters people to replicate. So if you see that especially like I feel that about mass murders, like when you hear about the shooting that happened in Buffalo, you hear about these school shootings, like it totally bothers me in a way that I can't even really describe in words. And I think putting somebody in jail for the rest of their life.
I mean, I'm on the fence with that, Tone, because like sometimes mass murderers murder themselves after they do the mass thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think when I think about the death penalty, sometimes I think the death penalty is too easy, you know, because you can just get yourself out of there quick. And then on other times, like you look at mass murderers like that. I look at people who mess with kids like that. I look at pedophiles like people who shouldn't live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't believe there's any justification in doing that to a child. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also feel like the death penalty is almost an easy way out. And like AB said, if you get it wrong once, that's one too many.
That's true.
That's one too many.
That's true. But you can't get a mass murder. You can't get a mass murder wrong. You can't get that wrong. You can't get a serial killer wrong.
But why can't that person just...
But these are not the people that were putting to death, right? So let's start there. That it's not always the mass murderers and the serial killers are not always the individuals that we are putting to death. And then also let me be clear that this type of punishment is not a deterrent. Because as you say, you looked at the Buffalo shooting, right? But just recently, we just had multiple mass shootings at high schools, at schools, right? And other places where this is occurring. So this is not a deterrent, right? And in this particular instance, we're talking about an individual who the prosecutor said, I don't think we should put him to death, right? The victim's family said, we don't think Marcellus should be put to death, right? So, and then also considering that disproportionately, this represents Black people. Black people are being put to death, right? So that's another issue. And again, as someone who, my brother was wrongfully convicted, 50 years to life in prison as a 15-year-old. They got it wrong. People get it wrong, right? And I have spent 17 years fighting for justice for my brother. And it's not always about whether or not you committed the crime. A lot of times it is the procedure of our court process on whether or not you can prove that person's innocence. And trying to prove actual innocence is overwhelmingly hard, right? That is one of the hardest issues to overcome in court is actual innocence. You will have better luck fighting other issues than saying that this person is innocent. But in this particular case with Marcellus, what we saw is overwhelmingly the DA was like, we shouldn't do this, right? Everyone stepped up and said this person should not be put to death, and yet that happened anyway, and we cannot overturn that. We cannot turn that around. So in that particular instance, if we're going to say that we don't want people to murder people, then the state should also be held at the high standard of saying we should not murder individuals.
I like that.
I love it. Love it.
Yep.
So, AB, I want you to stick around for our next guest. Joining us right now is the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus representing the state of Nevada. Welcome, Congressman Steven Horsford. What's happening, good brother? How you doing?
Hey, it's great to be on. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. All right. Hey, AB, I'm going to let you go ahead and start with the first question for our Congressman.
All right. Hi, Congressman. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you tonight?
All right, good. I'm well. Thank you for asking. So my question for you tonight is that, the economy and housing is a real big issue for Americans right about now. And so with the housing crisis continuing to impact so many Americans, especially in the terms of affordable housing, what are some concrete steps that can be taken at the federal level to address this issue? And then how do you see the election of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz contributing to long-term solutions to affordable housing and economic stability for working families?
Yeah, well, I represent part of Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, in Nevada's 4th Congressional District. And I agree with my constituents who say that the rent is too damn high. People cannot afford the cost of escalation in the housing market. The affordability of housing across the board is hurting working people, students, first-time home buyers. And the biggest contributing factor is we have these corporate speculators in Las Vegas who have bought up a third, 1 out of 3 homes in certain zip codes, predominantly in Black communities, head of household of women, and they have bought up these properties, paying cash, pricing out the very people who really should have the opportunity. And when you look at it, they're actually contributing to the widening of the racial wealth gap, where only 44% of Black people own a home today in America, while the average white family is about 74%. That is why the Congressional Black Caucus and myself is working to make sure that we take on these corporate speculators. And specifically, our Vice President, Kamala Harris, has offered a housing plan as part of her opportunity economy agenda that goes after corporate speculators, that would build 3 million new housing units that are affordable for everyone, working people, first-time home buyers, students, but also providing down payment assistance of up to $25,000 so that we can actually get people into owning a piece of the American dream. That is what is going to close the racial wealth gap in this country.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Yesterday, Congressman, one of your colleagues made some controversial remarks about the Haitian immigrants, which prompted your call for their censure. Could you elaborate on why this issue is so important to you?
Well, sadly, this colleague from Louisiana said some very racist, some very hateful, viral comments using his official platform as a member of Congress. And it was targeted towards Haitian immigrants, Haitian Americans. I'm a son of an immigrant mother who came to the United States from Trinidad when my mom was just 12 years old. I understand, both as a Black American and as a son of an immigrant mother, how divisive this rhetoric is. And it is why we have called for the censure of Clay Higgins out of Louisiana. He really is parroting these white nationalist talking points that have been advanced by people like J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. They literally want to divide our country by pitting one group of people against another. They've made up stories about Haitian immigrants and Haitian Americans who have done nothing wrong, and literally now are living in fear. They're living in intimidation. There are families who are afraid to take their children to school and to be out in their own communities, not just in Springfield, Ohio, but all across this country. And so I led the effort to censure Clay Higgins. Not only did he take down his post, but the House of Representatives needs to ensure that this never happens again by a member of Congress.
Yeah, we got to censure his ass.
Absolutely. Like, that was outrageous.
Yeah.
That was,
and it's not, it's the Haitian Americans today, but who will it be tomorrow? This is the thing. They keep coming after different communities, and it's not only about what they do on X or whatever other social platform. This is about our pocketbooks. They've been going after diversity, equity, and inclusion, access to capital for businesses. They've been going after the Fearless Fund, Black women who need to get access to capital in order to do what? Start a business. And every time they attack DE&I, they're attacking you and I. And why? It's because they're afraid that we are a multiracial, multi-generational society. They're afraid that our country is changing, and the demographic shifts, particularly by Black and Latinos, are changing the makeup of our country. But guess what? We're not going back. We're not going back to the days where Black people were not treated as full citizens. We're not going back to the days where women do not have the freedom to make their own healthcare decisions about their body. We're not going back to when Black people do not have full economic participation, because of it, over the last 20 years, we've lost $16 trillion of GDP. That's not just Black GDP, that's GDP in the American economy that's affected every one of us. That's why the Black Caucus is working on our own Black wealth agenda so that we can close the racial wealth gap and create economic opportunity for everyone. And when Kamala Harris is the president, when Hakeem Jeffries is the next speaker, the first Black speaker, when we have more Black representation in the United States Senate, we will be able to advance this agenda that doesn't leave Black people out, but centers us in the policy that's important to move our country forward.
Congressman Steven, I'm about to vote for you for something. I don't know what it is. What you on the ticket for?
I don't even live in Nevada. I'm about to move to Nevada.
Up, boy. Yes, sir. We ain't going back.
That's right.
Bro, I love it.
I love it.
But no, it's not even about politics. It's about our very existence as Black people. There are people who are trying to destroy us. They're trying to eliminate our Blackness. And it started by the erasure of Black history, which is U.S. history. It's continued by the defunding of public education, the affirmative action case, which now has taken away opportunity for Black people to pursue an education. In fact, enrollment is down in Ivy League colleges and universities. It's up in historically Black colleges and universities. But this is why our voice matters, not just in the upcoming election, but after the election, to hold people accountable to an agenda that actually focuses on Black America and that creates economic opportunity for Black people.
Absolutely. There it is. All right, now, Congressman, I got to ask you this. Representing a city as vibrant as Las Vegas, which hosted the Super Bowl and had Usher's residency, I just got to ask you, what's it like representing a city like Vegas? Or, you know, because I know you only do a part of it.
But hey, look, he doing a good part of it, though.
Okay. What's it like?
Hey, I was born and raised in Las Vegas.
Come on now.
This is my hometown. And look, I love the bright lights in the big city of Las Vegas. But there's also the underbelly of poverty in parts of the district that I represent. And so while I am always going to, be a champion for all of the hospitality jobs, I'm also going to be a champion for the working people. And that's why I've introduced a bill called the TIPS Act to eliminate the sub-minimum wage, where today in America, 6 million people make as little as $2.13 an hour. Particularly tipped workers, 70% of whom are women and people of color. Now, you tell me, can you pay the rent on $2.13 an hour?
You can't.
Can you afford to cover childcare and the utility bills? And this is what we're saying. We have to have policies that actually lift up people and make them the priority in the policies that we're advancing. That's why the vice president's opportunity economy is so important, because it's about actually giving the working people of this country, especially Black people, an equal footing to get ahead. Not a guarantee, but to get ahead, to be able to compete as entrepreneurs in the workforce. to own a piece of the American dream by buying a home or affording rent, being able to put your kids through school. We want the same thing that every other community gets, and that is an equal shot to get ahead. And at a time when Donald Trump and other Republicans are focused on the ultra wealthy and big corporations, we need people who are focused on us and who are going to fight for us. But that means that we have to show up and have our voice heard in this election and in every election to come.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Congressman.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us today. Well said. The people in Nevada are in great hands. Great hands. Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all. Much love.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, AB, stick around. AB was over there like, yes, brother. Yes, brother. Yes, brother. I saw it. But that was so good. But AB, go and tell us what was the topic on Read the Room this week. What was going on?
Ooh, Read the Room was fun this week because we actually discussed whether or not we should abolish the Electoral College. So it was an interesting topic because before we even started the debate, I gave a brief history of like the racist background of the Electoral College, right? So essentially, during this time, while the population in the North and South were essentially the same in terms of numbers, the difference was in the South, about a third of the population consisted of slaves and they couldn't vote. And so because of that, the South kind of felt like, well, we're going to be messed up because the North got all these numbers. And if we do a vote based on the population, right, or the popular vote, well, then we're always going to lose out. And so we saw from that, we got like the 3/5 compromise and things like that, which essentially was trying to make it seem like, well, we're all equal, right? Like we got enough numbers and we'll be okay. But now what we're seeing is that 9 times out of 10, Republicans are not winning elections based on the popular vote. They're winning solely because of the Electoral College. And we saw this specifically in 2016 with Trump v. Hillary, right? Where Hillary won the popular vote, but Trump ended up winning the Electoral College, essentially rising to the presidency. And then from there, we got, he was able to get 3 Supreme Court justice picks, right? And we've been pretty much going back to a point in time in history where we had already voted our way out. And so we're going to show a clip right now. And in this particular clip, though, we kind of transitioned from just talking about the Electoral College to talking about actually voter IDs and the effect that that is having on the Black vote today.
Let's take a look.
I'm not going to relegate Black people to some subclass of low intelligentsia that can't figure out a way to get an ID. That is cap. That is cap, and it's not right. Now, we also have to acknowledge the fact that if we get to the polls, that means we can get to the DMV.
Tell us what's going on in there, baby.
It was like, right? A lot of people felt like, what you mean? So essentially the argument was like, look, it's hard for people to get IDs, right? You have people who are unhoused and are not, economically in a place where they can get an ID. You also have people who, for example, are transgender and maybe their identity on their initial ID is not the same as their identity now, right? And so that's a huge issue. And so the argument was kind of, we're taken away from the fact that like circumstances change for people, and that shouldn't be a requirement to allow me to vote, because there's all these things put in place when you go to register to vote. Right. And you should be straight from there. And we're seeing that there's not a lot of evidence that people are pretending to be other people to vote, right? Or like voting illegally, for example. And it's already illegal for people who are not legal citizens of this country to vote in federal elections. So why do we put these extra things in place, right, that in order to like prevent people from voting? And we saw a huge change in this in 2013 when the Supreme Court came down in their decision in Shelby v. Holder, where they basically gutted out the 1965 Voting Rights Act, right, and said, well, states no longer have to give permission from the federal government, for example, to change their voting rights laws, right? And right after that, immediately, like within 24 hours, a lot of these southern states where voter suppression was a huge thing before and is a huge thing now, they went right into action and found ways to suppress the Black vote. And so that was kind of the debate that we had an issue with during Read the Room.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not make it hard to get out and vote.
Yeah,
it's hard enough.
yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Especially right about now.
Right.
It's real close for no reason.
I know that's right. Now, AB, remind our roomies on when and where they can watch Read the Room.
Yes, you can watch Read the Room on Tuesday evenings. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Shade Room's TikTok. And we have a lot of fun over there. So please make sure you pull up. Like, I know these issues are like, they're a lot. They're typically boring. But as you can see, like, we try to make it fun and they're very educational. And people be coming with their receipts. And also, we let the roomies pull up and give their opinions too. So if you pull up on Read the Room, I will let you on stage so you can debate and like give your perspective too. So please pull up because we be having fun over there.
Yeah,
Yes.
pull up on AB and Read the Room for sure. All right, good seeing you. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, have a good evening.
See you later. All right, all roomies. We got something for you. If you're single and you're dating, how about this? It looks like Seattle and Las Vegas are the top 2 cities for dating. More than 180 cities in the United States were analyzed by Wallet Hub to determine the best and worst cities. Now we got some notable
How did
mentions.
they come up with this?
I mean, this is Wallet Hub. Atlanta's at number 4. Chicago comes in where we're at number 22. Los Angeles, where Luenell's at 29. Like I said, the Congressman, what was it, number 2? Where did Las Vegas come in at?
That's what Luenell at too. She in Vegas.
Okay, she in Vegas too. I want to say Los Angeles. New York, 144. So New York is the worst city. That's crazy. So as you move to a different city to find love, and what city do you think is the best place to find love? What you think, Kiki?
I would absolutely move to find love.
Oh,
I would
God.
move
Take
if
me-
I knew
take
I
me
had
to
a good
the
man. And
You know what she moving to?
Where?
You know where you moving to?
Where would I move to?
Houston, Texas.
Now look, ain't no love in Houston, I don't think. Okay, Houston is a very dangerous place. Everybody fine. The women fine, the men fine. They all big, tatted, and husky. It's a very dangerous place. You could go to Houston for a few things. I don't know if it's love.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, oh, child, it's just, I know it's hard to be faithful in Houston. Everybody just look good. But
You let that lust just jump all
I
on
know,
you.
what I got in Houston, it's just different. Everybody had on thongs. It was 8:00 in the morning. We was eating bacon. I was like, what is going on? But it's just, Houston is a different place. But love, no, I wouldn't go there for love. But
Please, nobody should move for love.
why?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because everybody in every city says there aren't any good people in their city. It's like, okay, people in Atlanta are like, don't move here. It's terrible dating. The pool got pee in it. All of y'all are saying the pool got pee in it everywhere y'all at. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So what makes you think somewhere else is better? You just think that because you're not in that city. Ask the people in that city. They probably don't like the people there. Okay. So the problem is the pool. I don't think you can I think because what city have women been like, oh, girl, move here.
Seattle.
This is what
number
ain't
one.
nobody ever said nothing about Seattle till this.
Y'all
Kiki.
sleeping on Seattle.
Yeah.
They telling y'all they got money in Seattle. They got good dating places in Seattle. They got fine available people in Seattle. Ain't a bunch of, crazy baby mamas running around. Seattle is where we need to be.
Okay.
And we've been sleeping on it.
Well,
So
do we
now
have any
know.
Seattle roomies
I'm
to
on
check
my
in?
way.
And Vegas is. I fell in love with a stripper in Vegas.
I did too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I did too.
She
Yes,
was
sir.
She's
At the Rhino. What was
She
I?
was sweet. Spearmint wine.
Yes, I was at the Spearmint Rhino.
Yeah, she's sweet.
She had curly hair. She smelled like the
hate y'all.
tropics. Yes,
I
sir.
hate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
And
okay.
I knew we was gonna talk after that. I knew it. I said, "Yeah, we going out. I'm taking her out the strip club. She is coming to Chicago with me." And
Let's check
never
in
heard
with
from her
roommates.
again.
Can we check in with?
Oh, we got a roomie?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I'm
Let's check
sorry.
in with our roommates, man. Come on in, roomie.
One of them said she's here in Seattle. Uniquely, Destiny said she's in Seattle. Tell us what you think. Uniquely in the comments. We'll talk about it.
She
Hey,
said
roomie.
yes.
Hey, roomie. We can't hear
Uh-oh,
you.
We can't
us
hear you,
muted.
roomie. I think you got us muted.
You got us muted.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on with y'all?
We good. We good. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Kay Simone, and I am calling from Newport News, Virginia.
Okay.
Y'all wasn't on the list.
No, we were not on the list, but I actually moved from Atlanta. So I actually was living in Atlanta, and I'm gonna be with you. I'm actually gonna have to side with Kiki on this. I would definitely move for love, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Where?
Personally, me, the city I would go to was not on the list, but Philadelphia. Philadelphia has some good.
What's in Philly?
Let me tell you something.
I know women in Philly.
I know Chicago, baby.
No, I've never been to Chicago.
But that's where all the good men at.
Yes, sir. We fight for our life in Chicago.
No, I love Philly men though. Philly men are amazing. They're passionate. The accent gets me every time. Philly men is my weakness. Let me just start there. Okay, but it's the passion. It's they're purpose driven. I just love me a Philly man.
You like them little Meek Mill braids, don't you?
That's what she like. Meek Mill braids and a beard.
And a beard. Meek Mill braids, beard, and a big outfit.
For sure. Definitely beard me, and not into the Meek Mill braids though.
No, absolutely.
Where you from originally?
I'm originally from Newport News, Virginia. I actually just moved back home, so that's why.
Ain't that where Chris Brown from?
I think so.
Chris Brown is from Tappahannock. No, he's not from this area. He's from Tappahannock, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell everybody that's in Virginia, how is dating in Virginia? Is it? I mean, you back home? What's going on?
I can't answer that question. I literally just came back home. I have not been home since 2015. So I don't know.
Philly.
Okay, well, look, let her. I'm just trying to help out.
How long you been there?
Outside? You outside?
I only been back home for a couple weeks, literally.
Okay, all right.
And I have a man. And my man is in Philly. So,
yes.
That's I'll tell you, the deck is loaded. I tell you, the deck loaded. Okay.
You did live in Atlanta, though, right?
Yes, I did live in Atlanta.
Did you date while you were in Atlanta?
Absolutely.
What do you think about that dating scene?
Atlanta, the dating scene in Atlanta, I thought it was really fun. I had a lot of fun in the dating scene in Atlanta. It's just about finding somebody that's serious, because honestly, it's a lot of options for both men and women, so it's kind of like either come with yourself together or there's more fish in the sea. And that's how I look at it. But to your point, I'm sorry if I don't know names off that, but it was
which one, the light skin one or the dark skin?
The dark skin one. So you were saying that everywhere you go, it's pee in the pool, right? But what I feel as though is it's about intention and who are you actually looking for? What are you looking for? And I think once you have that, you can alleviate what pool you're getting into.
Okay, that sounds good. But why you ain't okay? So you in Atlanta, right? I'm all in your business because we cousins.
You're in the business. I'm here.
I'm all in your business. So you were in Atlanta, your man in Philly, but you recently moved to Virginia. Why you just ain't moved to Philly with your good man?
So I am back and forth between Virginia and Philly. So what my career is, I'm a radio personality. I was literally working at 95.7 Jams in Birmingham. So I'm in between contracts right now. So I actually have some deals on the table. So
ma'am, I'm gonna tell you, as soon as you said radio personality,
we understand.
We all radio personality. You ain't had to explain nothing else. I get it.
Get your bag.
I'm just back and forth. Say that again. I
said, get your bag and get your man, girl.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, we get it.
No doubt. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks a lot.
Of course. Thank y'all so much for having me.
For sure. She love Philly, right?
Yeah, she love Philly.
Come on, as she should. Y'all don't want to move around to find love, then y'all stay over here and deal with what y'all got in Chicago.
Well, let me tell you something. Chicago
got good women, so y'all lucky, y'all blessed.
They aggressive.
They got great women.
They aggressive, but they
Chicago got amazing women.
That's mean as hell.
Yes,
y'all make us that way.
No, and then you got
we can't be nice to y'all.
No, and then it's also we got like We got like 5s that got attitudes that they like 10s.
Oh, here you go.
Okay, Chicago women. I'm gonna just let them handle you with that.
Okay,
I'm gonna just let them handle you with that. Y'all get them. All right. Anyway, as we're talking about dating, a poll conducted by Forbes Health found that 78% of Americans are feeling fatigued with dating apps. The poll found that the average dating app user spends 51 minutes per day swiping through potential partners.
Damn.
With women spending slightly more time than men. So, improving or hurting the search for love and relationships? Is that what dating apps are doing? Is it good or a bad?
It's helping. It's helping. Where can you run up on a woman? Where can you meet a woman outside of going to a club?
But do you feel like it gives you too many options?
Instagram.
Life is full of options.
But dating, I'm saying dating app. So like, here's the thing.
Okay.
You get on a dating app
and
you see a variety of women, right? And you can just swipe through, rather than going with somebody you met on somewhere or you met out in the street or whatever. You get to know a person before you could just swipe. It's like, it's a never ending variety. So it seemed like it would make it harder to choose. I don't know. I've never been on one.
No, I don't think so. I just think you can't meet anybody regular. Like you at the grocery store, no. The club, that's the only place. Really, if you go to the gym.
What about church?
At church, I don't go to. I always talk about going to church and meet women. I'm praying.
This is cap. What you just said is all cap, bro.
What do you mean it's cap?
Please call them out.
Because why you can't meet women nowhere else but the club? That's just where
you go walk up to her in the gym.
Let me tell you, I don't do well in the club. I'm not a clubber. I'm more of a day party, grocery store.
You just said where's the day party at?
All the
at a club.
Yeah, but it's a different.
Oh my God!
But let's take the day party out. But like, even if you say that, think about it, man. You go to a grocery store is a nice place. You can meet somebody. You know where you meet the good women? Let me tell you, I'll put y'all on game.
Can you please
get y'all a little yoga mat, right?
Oh my God.
Women be taking good women take extracurricular activity classes.
Oh my God.
Okay. Go join a club, run club.
Yeah.
Yoga, book clubs. The good women is in clubs. They doing stuff. Now, the women Tone looking for are in the club. So that's the two different.
That's two. Stop. True. So you hear what he just said? Get in the run club. Get in the yoga, a book club.
That's what good women
These are 3 things that he not interested in. So he is actually being capped when he going into yoga. He don't want to be in yoga. But see this little skinny dude in the yoga class? But guess what? He praying on you, mama. Guess what?
It ain't nothing but women with good jobs and
smooth,
smelling like fresh squeezed smoothie juice because they take their vitamins. Them good women. Yes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I just like the traditional way of meeting women versus dating apps. You know what I'm saying? Dating apps, I don't know your personality. You can smoke black and milds. I don't know anything about you from a dating app other than you take good pictures. And I can't even believe pictures these days. I don't even believe pictures. So I have to see you in person.
I mean, you never believe a picture when it's only this part up.
Anytime. I don't believe man, these apps are so good.
Baby.
But they changing everything. So when you on a dating app, you don't even know if you could be meeting a bot. Like, it's nothing better than the traditional, I see you, we out, crack a little joke, boom, boom, boom. Maybe you talk.
I agree, but okay, you see a pretty woman at the gym.
Gym is a terrible place to go.
Okay,
I never shoot a shot.
So now you see a pretty woman at the grocery store.
Okay.
What are you doing?
You just find that commonality. So let's say you in the checkout line, right?
Okay.
You're in the checkout line. Watch out. You just make a little. I can't come up with the joke because I would see the joke. Whatever the joke is, I would see.
Find the icebreaker.
I'd find the little icebreaker, whatever it is. She gonna give you a little something or she ain't. You know what I'm saying? Then you go from there. It's not that hard to talk to people. People just don't want to talk to each other no more. That's the problem.
It's not
talk.
It's
talk. Open your mouth.
That's right, Zach. Tell him.
What are you talking about? I'm sitting between two caps.
How?
Kiki, you don't do nothing but chill and wait.
She a woman. She should.
She's chilling and waiting.
She should.
But no, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Also, Kiki says, I like to be mean to my guys that I like.
Well, I said, sometimes you got to be a little mean because being too nice to y'all don't never go well. So that was the advice since you want to put it on the flow. But my thing is, have you guys had success on dating apps? Have you had a successful relationship that came from a dating app?
One.
Okay. And that's one. You've had one out of all the
Well, maybe that was the only one I was looking for.
I don't know what you.
I don't know what you trying. Yeah, you only had success with one time.
But I'm saying maybe.
So, but you think this is the only way we should date is on dating?
No, I didn't say it's the only way we should date.
You said it's the best way.
No, I said I can understand. It's right now. It's the most appropriate way because you just can't meet women outside.
Look what Monica said. Small talk goes a long way. You know why small talk makes you stand out? Because people don't talk no more, and they be weirdos.
And we want to be approached in the right way.
You know what dudes do now?
We want to be approached.
Dudes will see you. And if they got your Instagram, they won't say nothing when they see you.
Nope.
And then they'll DM you and be like, I saw you at the store.
Now that's creepy.
Now she's scared.
Yes.
When you could have just said, hey, how you doing? You look nice today. Just throw a compliment and walk away.
And ladies, stop being mean when men do that because that's true.
Like
the man at the gas station, he tell me I'm beautiful every day. And I make sure to say thank you. Thank you, sir, because he don't have to say that. Yeah. But sometimes a man will approach you and you be ready to call the police, like running down the street because we're so not used to it anymore because so many of y'all are weird and only use social media. So ladies, when a nice, respectable man approaches you in public, know that it took a lot of courage for him to approach you. And you don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to, get away from me. Oh my God. You could, if you like him, exchange information. Be nice. If you don't like him, I'm not looking right now and move on. Because I think that's the thing too. So I'm giving you a little slack tone. Men sometimes get a bad rep. When you do try to approach us in public, we be ready to pull a strap on you. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we be a little too. You just got to be able to read the room.
Yeah, like
shout out to AB.
Telling me to smile, beautiful, ain't gonna probably work. Like why, smile. Like
telling somebody to smile. Why you ain't doing this? That's aggressive.
That's aggressive. That is aggressive. But most people and that's why the club is where most people meet because you want to go where the shooters are shooting. If a woman goes to the club, and in my mind, if you go out to the club, that is a place of interaction. Everybody else, every place else is deemed weird. It is.
So now I got to be like, "Hey, girl," because I talk loud.
Over the DJ.
The music loud. You're drunk.
Zach, I didn't see you. You don't even talk loud in the club.
Hold on, Bob. You ain't seen nothing from me.
You finna get ready to tell it. You finna tell it.
What you mean I don't talk like how I talk in the club?
No, because you
go ahead. How do I talk in the club?
All right, cool. Zach got a couple cocktails, roomies.
Oh no, this is over.
Zach will come up to me like, "Hey, Tone, guess what? They love me in here, man." And then what he does because he's small, he can move around he get real close to him, make them laugh. He gets super close, like get right on the shoulder, ha 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 ha, and get them laughing and move around. You do it all the time. You literally do it.
But you know what that is?
What is it?
That's literally small talk.
I know.
It's just happening in the club. You can take that same small talk in other situations. Like, just don't be weird. Just have a little conversation. And then you can kind of fill out. And a lot of times, I don't want nothing at the end of the conversation. You don't have to have let me get your number. You can just walk away.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And it may come back. You know what I'm saying? Throw the little joke again. Next thing you know, that's your
Play the long game.
Play the long game.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. All right. Before we go, we want to give a shout out to Zero from Love and Hip Hop for giving the Shade Room some love on this week's episode. Take a look.
Do you follow the Shade Room? Scroll down there. You'll find it all out right there in the Shade Room. They up to date.
There it is.
Facts and is. Everybody know the Shade Room where it's at, honey. Yes.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you, Zell.
No doubt. All right, Roomies, we'll be back next week, of course, with more Shade Room headlines, debates, and, of course, trending topics.
And listen, if you got something you want us to talk about, man, a tip, something you want us to respond to, you can always email us at production@theshaderoom.com.
Yes. Put your friends on the show, Roomies. Tell them to pull up.
Yeah, tell them to pull up. Mm-hmm. Until next time, remember to represent the culture with excellence. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Talk to y'all next week.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club.